Comments about your body from someone else can be anything from jarring to extremely triggering, and it can be really hard to know how to respond without going like full rage or full freeze, whether it's family, friends, or strangers. And we're going to break down exactly how to respond to that from a real life example of somebody that I helped through this. So one of my clients messaged me. I'm a body image and mindset coach for women. You can always book a consultation with me in the caption if that resonates with you. It's free 30 minutes to talk about these things because I love to help you with this. But I've been doing this for years now, and I've had hundreds of clients. And this one really stood out to me because it was such a prime example of what to do and what not to do when this happens. However, I have also been asked many times if I'm pregnant, and by many I say three times. I have never been pregnant, by the way, in those cases. And I am also just someone who's been personally exposed to those body comments, whether it's someone asking me 3 times in the last 2 years if I'm pregnant, or assuming I am, or the years of body image issues that I had because of the bullying and just the general eating disorder culture and diet culture that we were exposed to. So I do this professionally, but I also take this from a very personal perspective of what's realistic for you to do in your life. So I'm literally going to read you a message that I got from a client, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I responded. And this is what they pay me for. So you're getting the good stuff. But again, let's be realistic, right? Because we don't want to freeze. We don't want to go into full rage, not because it's not earned, but because you don't want to give your energy to that. And we want to find a way that really allows you to feel confident about how you respond in these situations, because you have a lot of options in those moments. But a lot of us just freeze and regret it later, or we say something that we're maybe not the most proud. So here's the message that I got. I have this new friend who is very body conscious and makes these comments that make me body conscious about myself when I don't want to be. Yesterday, I was admiring a beautiful woman taking bikini photos and asked her, like, hey, maybe can we take some shots like that of each other? And to which she replied, we should go to the gym more often if we want to take shots like that. I was so stunned and I didn't say anything, but now I regret that. I know she doesn't mean it like that, but I think every body is a bikini body, and I also don't like her speaking about my body like this. Fair enough, right? So I had a lot to say, but I'll summarize it for you so that you can know what to do. And I'll read you exactly what I wrote because this is the real here. Here's what I said in my first voice note to her, because my clients and I voice note. I am of the belief that honest, loving communication is the best way for you to approach things. So if this is a friendship where you feel comfortable saying pretty much what you said to me, that message that she sent, maybe respond something like this. And then I literally gave her a little script because I don't want to leave you hanging, but I also am going to empower you to figure it out on your own because every situation is different. But so this is my draft. When you make comments like this, it makes me feel insecure in my body, and accepting my body as it is really important to me. So would it be okay if we have less comments like this in our friendship? This is a clear boundary statement that tells somebody that you have a standard for communication and treatment in your relationships without directly attacking them or asking them to change who they are at their core. You're asking them to change a little bit of their behavior around you, which is asking someone to change. However, and it's in a way that really centers you being respected. And it's really important when we set boundaries, even though we might be feeling that rage or feeling that sadness or feeling that betrayal, to focus the conversation on how it affects us. Because if someone feels attacked by you, it doesn't matter what you say, they're not going to listen. The little asterisk on that is that you can't control if someone's going to feel attacked or not. You can to a degree by being a loving but honest communicator. However, some people are just going to freak out, and that's their burden to carry, right? So this is what I said next. I also think that in terms of boundaries, it's really important for you to consider how much time you want to spend with this person if this is how they make you feel. It's not selfish to take a step back. Hear that again. It's not selfish to take a step back or to have people that you love and have quality time with, but maybe the quality time is less often because you're aware of how it impacts your energy. As someone who has been through a lot with my own self-esteem and confidence and a lot of intentional healing, I really don't like being in conversations like this. Like, I don't have friends that talk badly about their bodies or my bodies. However, we all have those moments and we all go through periods of insecurity or of growth. And so it's very important for me personally to surround myself with people who make me feel good, but it's also really important for me to have compassion as a friend as well. So boundaries make you able to not completely end a friendship or have it end in a blowout screaming fight while still protecting yourself and being a good friend to yourself. Obviously, I had more to say to her. So here's what I said. I would start with asking yourself if you feel safe enough to say what I said in the first message, that little quote, or what she said to me as well, or something like it. Because if you don't feel safe enough, then I think that that tells you a lot as well. And then just starting there and seeing how they respond. This is the part people don't love to hear, right? Is that we're going to give them a chance. We're not going to assume necessarily that it's going to go terrible if we bring these things up. We really do want to give them a chance to reflect and to change. Even if they're defensive at first, they may become receptive later. It doesn't mean that you need to tolerate poor treatment. We just want to know and remember that everybody's human, and setting a boundary is teaching someone how to love you better. And so when you're teaching something, when someone's learning something, they often need to practice it a few times before they get it. And that's okay as well. Sometimes they sit with it and they'll understand it a little bit more over time, but I like to give people a chance. See how they respond over time, collect information on that. We're very scientific here. And then decide going forward what you want this friend to look like in your life. You don't have to follow a friendship dynamic that they want, where they see you all the time, where you talk about certain things, if it's not healthy or happy for you. You can decide what that friendship looks like in your life. And you will know that you can have empathy for others and boundaries at the same time. Overall, does this person make you feel like you are safe to be yourself? Having compassion for them is great, and you don't have to compromise your own happiness because of it. Just check in with yourself and go towards what feels good. There's obviously so much nuance to these moments, to these situations, to those conversations. And there's a lot of emotions that run high on either side, either in the moment or in the confrontation afterwards. But what I really believe is that regardless of how the conversation or confrontation goes, you can have good body image and really like who you are and what you look like, regardless of what other people might say. You can also have healthier relationships and maybe distance or leave relationships that are not healthy for you if you have the stronger skills of setting boundaries and having self-compassion. Self-compassion is one of the hardest things to learn on your own. It's one of the biggest things that I teach to clients. And if that's something that you're struggling with as well, know that it can be really hard to effectively set boundaries if you don't have that. So all of these things, setting boundaries, having self-compassion, responding to these comments, is not something that you were born knowing how to do, but it is a skill you can learn. And it's a really beautiful thing to invest your time and your energy, and even your money sometimes, into building those skills. That's what you're doing watching this right now. So, big screw you to anybody who's ever made a comment about your body. You are beautiful as you are. If you ever want more help with this, again, there's that free consultation link in the description of the video. It is such a worthwhile 30 minutes of your time to come talk directly to me, not just watch the video, but speak directly to me about your situation. And I'll give you that real, no bullshit advice just like this. This is my full-time job. I coach clients every single day. I have done this for years now, and it is something that I truly love to do. And so if I get to meet somebody new who I can help with that, it is always such a sunshine in my day, and it can be a major turning point for you where you say, enough is enough. I'm going to change how I see myself. I'm going to change how other people treat me as well. So I'm Sarah. I make a new video every single week. Tell me what you loved about this one. Tell me what you hated about this one. Tell me what you're going to say next time this happens, or tell me about a time where it did happen and you responded in a way that either you wish you'd done different or you're proud of. I really want to hear those stories as well. I will post a new video next week, the week before. You can go binge everything on my channel. I deliver tools and information like this on the regular. Book that consultation with me. I would love to meet you, and I will talk to you next time. I love you.